Welcome. This is an anti-corruption training video brought to you by the JSIS Corporation. Now you may be wondering a few things like, what is the FCPA? Where does the FCPA apply and to whom? How does this law apply to you? Why does anti-corruption matter? What difference does it make? What situations could you potentially encounter? And if you find yourself in situations like that, who can you turn to? Now let's get you some answers. First, what is the FCPA? The FCPA is the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, a US-based law which went into effect in 1977. It consists of two provisions. The Books and Records provision regards internal controls and accounting standards, while the anti-bribery provision prohibits the bribing of foreign public officials. We define a foreign public official as any officer or employee of a foreign government or of a public international organization. For the purpose of this presentation, we will focus on the anti-bribery provision. Under this provision, the FCPA makes it unlawful to commit any knowing act in support of a payment, an offer to pay, or an authorization to pay money or anything of value, directly or indirectly, to any foreign public official, corruptly and in order to obtain or retain business or gain undue advantage. Quick clarification. The FCPA differentiates between bribery, as outlined above, and facilitation or grease payments. These payments are meant to expedite or to secure the performance of a routine governmental action. Even though the FCPA allows such payments, our company policy strictly prohibits any payments to foreign public officials. As an employee of the JSIS Corporation, you may not engage in bribery nor facilitation payments while working abroad. Now moving on, where and to whom does the FCPA apply? The FCPA applies to any U.S. person or entity or any issuer of U.S. securities acting anywhere in the world. This includes the company's directors, stockholders, officers, employees, and agents. The law also applies to foreign persons or entities when acting within the United States. This includes the use of U.S. correspondence and wires. Now, how does this law apply to you? The JSIS Corporation is a U.S.-based company with offices and operations in the U.S., Europe, Asia, and Latin America. As an employee, you may be often required to work with foreign public officials. You are expected to comply at all times with both company policy and the FCPA when working in the US and abroad. This means you must never ask for, accept, receive, offer, or give a bribe. Payments made when your personal health or safety are in danger are not considered violations of company policy. However, they must be reported immediately. This video and your compliance handbook are practical tools to help provide guidance on the FCPA and company strategies on anti-corruption. Now, why does anti-corruption matter? What difference does it make? Various studies show how bribes by businesses to domestic and foreign public officials can be linked to a country's economic growth and high levels of poverty. Corruption is not a victimless crime and is among the greatest obstacles to a country's economic and social development. Apart from greatly impeding economic growth, corruption also helps perpetuate failed and failing states, which are incubators of terrorism, the narcotics trade, money laundering, human trafficking, and other types of global crime. Furthermore, violating the FCPA can result in significant criminal and civil penalties for those persons and/or entities involved. From both a legal and an ethical standpoint, the presence of the JSIS Corporation abroad must in no way contribute to the spread of corrupt practices. At JSIS, we are committed to combat corruption. We require transparency not only in all of our actions, but also in the actions of all of our business partners. Now, what situations could you potentially encounter? In the first example, you will travel to Cambodia to help set up our new office in Phnom Penh. Upon arrival, you learn that there is no running water to the site of our future office. When you meet with a local representative of the government-owned water company, he informs you that it will be at least 90 days until the service is available. He tells you that if you pay him $500, he can expedite the process and give you running water within a week. What should you do in this situation? Although this could be considered a facilitation payment permitted under the FCPA, under company policy you are not, under any circumstances, allowed to make such a payment. As an option to deal with the situation, you may ask to deal with a different employee at the water company, or reach out directly to the employee's superior. Concurrently, you should inform your supervisor of the situation and assess the impact of potentially delaying the opening of the Phnom Penh office. It is in our best interest to promote anti-corruption strategies in the countries in which we operate. A stable environment attracts foreign direct investment and stimulates healthy competition. Setting a good example for other companies doing business in Cambodia has the potential to benefit both our company and the local community. Now, in our second example, an employee of one of our business partners in Poland is visiting the Bogota office in which you work. While out to dinner, you learn that he has made numerous gifts to Polish government officials in order to secure a contract for the JSIS Corporation. When you inquire about the legality of his actions, he answers that such a practice is culturally acceptable in Poland. Now, what should you do in this situation? As an employee of the JSIS Corporation, it is your duty not only to comply with the FCPA and company policy, but also to report any infringement of which you become aware. The Polish employee is acting on behalf of the JSIS Corporation, and as such, he is also required to comply with both the FCPA and our company standards. Culturally acceptable practices do not equal legal practices, and so, upon learning of the situation, you are required to report it directly to the Ethics and Compliance Department. As with the first example situation, our presence abroad must never contribute to corrupt practices. Finding local partners that are as committed to anti-corruption as we are is extremely important to us. Conducting our business in a transparent manner is a first step toward upholding the integrity of the private sector in many countries across the globe. In this way, we can help boost economic growth, create jobs, build trust, and reduce inequality. When in doubt, who can you turn to? As mentioned in the examples situations, if you learn of a situation that is, or you think might be, non-compliant with company policy or the FCPA, please consult your compliance handbook for guidance. If you continue to have doubts, you should contact your immediate supervisor. If this is not possible or not appropriate, do not hesitate to contact the Ethics and Compliance Department. Here at JSIS, we are committed to our employees and the communities in which we operate. Having a strict anti-corruption policy has proven to enhance our relationships all over the world, while contributing to ethical and legal corporate behavior. We have a history of innovation in both our products and our practices. Our continuous anti-corruption efforts are no different than that. We will hold our employees and our partners to the highest standards in order to promote development and prosperity. Thank you for watching. We will update you with any new anti-corruption training requirements via email.